I read 48 books this year, so let's talk about my favorite from each month. Also, guys, let me know what your favorites are down in the comments. I would love to talk to you about them. What was your favorite series? What was your favorite standalone? And if any of my favorites are your favorites, you gotta follow me. I don't make the rules, I just try to follow them the best that I can. Let's get into the video. In January, I read 4 books, with the standout being Lightbringer by Pierce Brown. I finished Red Rising this year, and Lightbringer really brought its A game. It was such a great book, man. What an insane book. I cannot wait for Red God. In February, I read 5 books, with my favorite being Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. Everyone is right when they say that this is such an amazing sci-fi book, and it's such an awesome entry into sci-fi in general. So if you are a new reader, and you haven't picked up any kind of books yet, this is the one that you should pick up, and I really highly recommend the audiobook because Ray Porter knocks it out of the park. Definitely need to get on this, especially before the movie comes out next year, which I'm so excited to see. In March, I only read 1 book, and that is Wake Up and Open Your Eyes by Clay McCoy Chapman. This is a horror book. It was incredibly well done. The audiobook was super immersive, and there's like interview-like sequences in this. It just helps immerse you even more in this world and with the events and stakes that are happening in this. In April, I read 2 books, with the winner being Call the Bone Ships by R.J. Barker. This is book 2 in the Tide Child trilogy, and this one just further expands upon the exceptional world and character building that R.J. Barker puts in the first book. R.J. Barker is just such a unique voice in fantasy, and more people really need to read his works because I can't be the only person that loves him as much as I do. I need to bring the word out. You need to read R.J. Barker. In May, I read 5 books, with the winner being Demon and White by Christopher Ruocchio. I started Sun Eater this year, and Demon and White genuinely is one of the best science fiction books I've ever read. Sun Eater in general is just going to go down as one of the best sci-fi series ever. I'm calling it. The characters, the pacing, the world building, the monologue, the drama, the politics, everything about this book is exceptional. I literally have no complaints about this book other than the fact that I cannot read it again for the first time. So if somebody has the thing from Men in Black where you can just wipe my mind, please use that on me so I can read this one again. In June, I read 5 books, with the winner being Ashes of Man by Christopher Ruocchio. This is book 5 in the Sun Eater series. Man, does this one hit hard. Ashes of Man was such a good book, and Christopher Ruocchio, you're a demon. That's all I gotta say. In July, I read 5 books, with the winner for this one being Disquiet Gods by Christopher Ruocchio. That's book 6 in the Sun Eater series. I mean, this book was just a fever dream, honestly, and the way that he writes is insane. I don't know how a human being can dream that stuff out of their brain and put that shit down on paper. In August, I read 2 books, with my favorite being The Heroes by Joe Abercrombie. The Heroes is book 2 of the standalones in the First Law world, and essentially it's just one giant battle scene. There's so many awesome moments in this and character development. I mean, Joe Abercrombie can write, man. I would love to see this as a movie. In September, I read 7 books, with my favorite being A Little Hatred by Joe Abercrombie. That is book 1 in the Age of Madness trilogy. The Age of Madness is Joe Abercrombie's best work by far, and it is one of my favorite fantasy trilogies of all time. A Little Hatred takes everything that the Blade itself does wrong and turns it up